Welcome to the Executive Hustle Podcast, where I am your host, Kirsten YURICH, speaker, author, retired CEO, mother of four, and recovering workaholic. Explore with Central Pennsylvania local executives what it takes to lead well, live well, and learn well. Understanding that leaders cannot survive, let alone thrive, without a spirit of curiosity, a discipline of accountability, and a disposition for vulnerability. Let's dive in. Management style or management technique. What's the difference? Is there a difference? And should you care? Today, we're going to talk about the difference between management style and management science. I had an engaging conversation with a leader not too long ago and asked me this question. He said, "What is style? How do I determine what should be our leadership model here at my company? And yet I have leaders that say, well, this is my style. This is my style." I'm here to tell you that yes, there is a difference between style and technique or science, and you should care. If your managers are walking around applying the MOMS, my own management style, versus the science of management, you should care, and you should care very much. Each of our management techniques, the ones that are proven in science, evidence-based, they have critical and they have variable features. There are things that should not change in how we apply them. The things that make them work, those are called critical features. And then there's these things that are called variable features. That's where self-expression and style come into play. When we can work in concert between self-expression and what we know to be true from the science of management, that is when the art of management truly can come to life. Oftentimes I'm asked, should I have this meeting? How should I hold this meeting? Should I walk around the floor and talk to my employees? Should I do this and should I do that? Maybe, possibly. What's your end? What's your goal? Do you know the outcome that you're looking for? Stephen Covey said, start with the end in mind. This proves true in management. Is the way a manager is approaching something getting the result that you want in your company? If so, it might just be a style difference. If what they're doing is not getting you a positive result, then it might be a science difference. It may not be style. But sometimes we put style and think it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. A manager will say, well, I just tell them what they're doing wrong, flat out. I don't like to handhold. Well, guess what, folks? Honesty without compassion is brutality. We can't evaluate someone's actions without understanding what they're thinking. We can't just walk around wagging our finger. That's not handholding, but it's also not science. That's you saying, it's my style, when you're applying the science badly. Another manager might say, I don't like to give out too many compliments or praise. They just need to do their job. How many of you have heard that? We all do things because of what happens to us when we do it. This is basic science. Management science says make sure your people are getting positive consequences for the things you want them doing. Style or no style, they have to encounter positive consequences. Where does your style come in then? How do you get to be an individual leader? We don't just want robot leaders. It comes in when we think about leadership as self-expression. Self-expression means self-reflection. We have to understand the science of management. We have to let ourselves come into the role and be seen by our people, not afraid to be known by them or known to them, but understanding the management science, the practices that work, and then let your style be a reflection of your true self within those practices. They have to work in concert. Your style is not an excuse for a lack of skill when it comes to the actual science of management. Ignorance is not an excuse, and style is not a way to cover that ignorance. So management style or management technique, there is a difference, and you should care. Thank you again for joining me today for another deep dive into the hustle of leadership. You can find more episodes, conversations, and interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you choose to listen. Subscribe, rate, and review. Remember, leadership is best practiced in community. You know a leader today who needs to hear something from this episode. Pay it forward and send it to them. Don't wait. Until next time, the best leaders not only lead well, they live well and learn well. Bye now.